Thank you for the invitation. I would say for the case of Mexico, if we want to build a green economy, first we need really a green agenda in which the president himself, all the federal government, should be part of this green agenda. And of course, we need a green budget in order to send clear signals to the private sector to know exactly what we want to do. First, I would like to mention some examples that some of the things that we are doing. All the political parties in Mexico had increased 60% the budget for the sustainable projects, for ecological projects in the last 2 years. So this is a very clear signal. Where do we want to go? Second, nowadays, 30% of the national territory has some kind of sustainable management through the national protected areas, wildlife management, environmental payment services, and things like this. Instruments like this are working towards the conservation, the restoration, protection of areas. And now, Mexico has 23% of the energy supply as a clean technology or clean energy, including, of course, in the case of Mexico, the hydropower energy. And the goal for the next 3 years is to reach the 26% of this supply. Now, we have $700 million as a central part of a national fund in order to foster the renewable energy in Mexico for the next 3 years. So these are clear signals. In the case of the water management, we are spending with the private sector $1.6 billion. And in the case of the public transport, in the case of the Valley of Mexico, we are spending $362 million in order to move 288,000 passengers every day. So we are sending clear signals to the private sector, to the consumer, which is the leading role of the government. We think that we have to say clear signals, not only for Mexico. As well, Mexico is working in strategic alliances, especially with Central America. We are part of that vulnerable region to climate change. We are working with the European Union, especially with the United Kingdom, in financing many of the projects against climate change. And last week we got a very important agreement with the United States of America in order to work in the clean technologies in the border region between Mexico and USA. So what we need really is to build the green economy. And let me just explain a little bit about the Mexican proposal against climate change, which is the Green Fund. This Green Fund means that all the countries in the world should do something against climate change. It doesn't depend on the Annex 1 or not Annex 1. We would be really happy to be all the time not Annex 1 and let all the responsibility to the Annex 1 countries. Yeah, we think that is not a solution. All the countries should be part of the solution. And if all the countries begin to work with green projects, with green budget, with green private sector, we will get the green economy working with this green fund. What the proposal means is that all the countries should spend some amount of money in order to work all the planet with this green economy. And finally, I would mention that Mexico is going to host the World Environment Day next June the 5th. And it's a celebration not as a party, let's say, but to show the results and to aware the consciousness between all the people of the world and say that it's very important to do something about it. That would be my main comments.